Okay, so hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Gaurav Tech Talks. So we have started a series on Camunda, right? So proceeding further, so today I came up with the new lecture on like how to spin up the environment for Camunda. So today we are actually going to see how we will create an environment using Camunda BPM Run. So if I talk about the Camunda BPM Run, so it's a kind of pre-packaged distribution of Camunda platform that runs out of the box. I mean, it is actually the lightweight and it did not require any complex server setup. So you do not need to have any external server to be deployed on top of it. You have to just run the Camunda, right? So it is actually the pre-packaged distribution, and it is actually great for, when you are starting, for the beginners. So that is actually the good thing what Camunda has developed. So we are actually going to see. So the basically the goal of this video is to like the setting up the environment for Camunda, and we will see like what are all the different web components available in the Camunda. So let's begin with the things. So for that, like before downloading the things, so what I have just like before going to download the Camunda BPM run, so we will download the Camunda modeler first, because the Camunda modeler is required to create like BPMN diagram, decisions, tables, and all those things like. So this is actually once you go to the any web browser, there you have to just type download Camunda modeler 4.x, or if you want to download the latest version, you can simply go and say download the Camunda model. Here you will find different the latest version is 5.442.0. So here the release date is December 9. So this was the recently released. So here you can find easily downloadable options. So there are alternative downloads for Mac and other Linux based operating systems. So this is one of the way. And if you want, the links for like other releases, like what are all the releases available for Camunda modeler. So this is the link. So that link I will be I will provide in the description. So you can follow the link and you can download the version, whatever the version you want, right? So currently I'm using the 4.1.4.12.0 version. So actually this is my earlier version I'm using. So what if you see the BPMN diagram? So the version you will see here 4.12.0, right? So like the good thing, like you can go with the latest version so that you can have all those features available. So here you will find all those like tar files or zip files. So whatever you are comfortable, you can just download it. So I have downloaded, if you see, this is my inside the Camunda training. I have this Camunda modeler 4.12. So I have downloaded this zip file, and when I extracted this zip file, so this is the available inside the zip file. So this is the my application Camunda modeler. So when you click on this Camunda modeler, so it will be like this. So this is my Camunda modeler. So here we are. So this window we have already talked, like the BPMN and all those things. We have all those actually these are different diagrams which are available, I would say. So yeah, and if I talk about different directories, so here we have locals, we have resources. So inside the resources we have the plugins, right? So you can just download different plugins and you can just put your plugins here, so that the plugins will be available in your Camunda modeler. So that also we can see in the separate video, like how to install the plugins in the Camunda modeler. So there are different plugins also available, and we have support, and we have, there are multiple things you can go, right? You can just check it. So this is like how we can download the Camunda modeler. So let's go with downloading the Camunda BPM run. So downloading the Camunda BPM Run, you have to just type like download Camunda BPM Run. So here you will find different link. So you have to just go with the this link, Camunda BPM Run. So inside this you have a multiple versions of this one available. So I have downloaded 7.17 for the ease. So if you see, this is my Camunda BPM Run. So I have downloaded the zip file. So zip file is here. One second, inside the Camunda, so desktop. So this is actually I have extracted the zip file. Zip file we have downloaded. So this Camunda BPM Run. So the version is 7.17. So inside this you will see different, I mean, we can say scripts, right? So these are the Windows bash file for Windows operating systems. Similarly, we have a .sh file for Linux operating system, right? And this is my start batch file, and this is my shutdown batch file. And inside this we have a Camunda H2 default. So this particular BPM run has H2 DB built-in, come like which is built in by default. And apart from that, if you go to the config, so here you can see the user lib. So user library, we have a Groovy and H2. These are the executable jars. Inside the SQL, you can have different, I would say, DDL and DML commands. Like, so this is basically used to create the tables inside the H2 DB. And if you see the create, you have a different MariaDB, MySQL, Oracle. So there are different DB, different DB actually, different DB commands, right? And similarly, if you go to internal, so inside the internal you have a REST, Swagger UI, web apps. So inside the web apps you can see different web apps, what are all the web apps available inside the BPM run. So this is the Camunda BPM run core, which is the executable jar, and we have a REST, Spring Boot starter REST. So there are multiple things basically you can explore, right? So this is the Camunda BPM run. And so what I will do, I will just go inside this. So we have to just run this start Windows batch file to like create the Camunda environment. So for that, I have just, I'm at my location, right? So if you see, these are the files which are available. So we have the start.bat file, right? So once we will click on this start.bat, I mean, once you run this start.bat, it will just create the, it will run the Camunda run, that jar, Camunda run executable jar, and it will try to spin up the environment, right? So it will by default come you, I mean, land you to the welcome page of Camunda. So this is the welcome page. Here you will find different web apps of Camunda. So this is the task list, and this is the cockpit, and you have an admin, and you have a welcome page. So let's go to the welcome page first. So this is our welcome page. Here you have to just log in. So the username would be demo, and the password will also be the demo. So if you click here, it will give you, I mean, there are three applications. So Cockpit, Tasklist, and Admin. So before moving to the each application, I would say let's go and check the logs of Camunda Run, like what are the things it actually just done. So it's actually Camunda BPM run using Java 17, right? So before just running this particular Camunda BPM run, you just need to have the JDK available in your system, right? In your laptop. So what you have to type here, if you want to see the version, so Java hyphen version, so it will give you the 17. So I have just downloaded the 17 version of JDK. So you have to just download the JDK 17. So this is the JDK file I have downloaded 17, and you have to just set the environment variable on your system. So I will show you like how to set up the environment variable. So you have to just go to the edit the system environment variable. Here you have to go to environment variables. So this is the system variables where you have to just, so Java home you have to set. So the Java home is the directory of your JDK where your JDK is available. So my JDK is available inside this particular path. So I have put this, and inside the path you have to just provide the bin directory path inside the path variable. So these two things you have to just set, Java home and the path, and you have to just click on apply. Once you will do that, you have to just come to the terminal, or I mean your command prompt, and here you have to just type Java hyphen version, and it will show you the Java version available in your system. So the mandatory things, like you have to download the JDK first, then you have to download and after downloading the JDK, you have to set the path variables. And after setting the path variable, you have to download the Camunda modeler. So once you have the Camunda modeler available, then you have to just go and download the Camunda BPM Run. So the link I will provide in the description. So you need not to be worried. You have to just click on the link and you have to just download it and extract it and just run the commands. So I would say this is my Camunda welcome page, and here what we have a three applications. So let's go one by one. So this is the cockpit, right? So if you click on the cockpit here, you will see this is my running process instances, like, and this is my open incidents. So we can see the what are like what is the incidents and how the incidents will occur, so that we will create a separate video on it. And these are all the open human tasks, right? What are all the user tasks, I would say, available, like, so that we can see in the task list also. So let's go to the task list. So here if you click on this is the task list actually. So here there are 8 human tasks. There we can see 1 2 3 4 5 6. So there are 6 user tasks available. So these are the 6 open human tasks we can see here in the cockpit. If you click here, it will say like 2 assigned to a user, 4 assigned to one or more groups. So there are 6 total. Okay, and if you click on the running process instances, so here you will find like 6 running process instances of invoice receipt and 2 running process instance of review invoice, and we do not have any process for voting eligibility process. So these three BPMNs, I mean these three processes came by default within the Camunda BPM run. So let's see, somewhere we can see the that is available. If I go to the, not in the resources, so that, I guess that will be a part of any executable jar. So that will come by default, all those processes that we can see in the logs also. So what it has done, it has actually assigned like started it, and Tomcat initialized with the port 8080 starting the service. So it has started the service on 8080 port. So it is using the Apache Tomcat 9.0.58. After that, it is configuring the Camunda REST API. Once it is starting, Hikari pull started and completed, then it is having the S2 console that we can also see database for H2, right? And there are plugins. So these are all the plugins which are available. It is saying it has the first name, last name, what is the password, all those things. And initialize the Camunda Spring Boot, then spin data format, Spring Mapper. So Tomcat started on 8080, and these are all the files. If you see, this is the deployment summary for process archive invoice process application Spring Boot. So it has deployed this two, I mean, one is DMN, one is BPMN. Then again, it has deployed this review invoice things. So deployment. So these are all the I would say pre BPMN and DMN available inside the BPM run. So that's why we are actually seeing all those things here: invoice, receipt, review, invoice. So once you click on invoice receipt, here you can see there are three running process instances, and you can easily visualize like where it is actually waiting. So waiting state is like the human task, because we have a user task, so some intervention is required. Once you approve or reject it, then it will follow the path. Then after, we have a prepare bank transfer. So once you I mean, once you have the manual intervention required from cockpit, then only it will move further. So that's why we can see the three running process instances and where it is actually waiting. So review invoice is the sub process, or this is not a sub process, this is the call activity. So once you click on here, you can easily see like what is the assigned reviewer. So assigned reviewer is also waiting for two instances here, that we can easily see here, assigned reviewer, right? Okay, so this is my cockpit. So the cockpit, the basic things, I mean, the basic use case of the cockpit is like you have to just, you can just analyze your running process instances. You can easily see the open incidents, right? What are all the process definition and decision definition you have deployed? So this is my process. Here you have a decisions also. So two decision definition we have deployed. So once you click on assign approver group, here you can see like this is my DMN. So based on some input, we have some output here. So we can see things in the, I mean, upcoming video, like what is BPMN and DMN, how we will actually create it, and how we can integrate the DMN in the BPMN. That we can see in the separate video. Again, we have the invoice classification. This is one of the more, I mean, one of the more decisions which are available, I would say. So this is my decision. So this is my human task. So human task we have already talked about, that we can see in the task lists. If you click on the more, here you have a deployments. So these are all the deployments, I would say, we have done. So these are the part of, I mean, Camunda BPM Run deployment. So this is built-in deployment, I would say, which is done. So if you click on voting eligibility V1, so here you will find the forms, like what is the forms of voting eligibility form, voting eligibility BPMN, right? So this is the voting eligibility. So this is version 4 we have deployed actually, because the first version is this 2 3 4. So the latest version is this. After this, invoice process application. So this is the invoice processing which we have seen, like the running process instances. Then we have a DMN also, so that DMN we can also see. You can even so we do not have that feasibility to deploy the things from here, because this is my open source. But if you have the I mean, enterprise Camunda, if you have an enterprise Camunda setup, then you can just go and deploy the things from here also, right? On the deployments, you have the option to just click and deploy. But as of now, we can just see the deployment from Camunda modeler. We can deploy it from either creating the Spring Boot application, Camunda Spring Boot application, or we can create a Camunda Maven artifact using it, and then you can just deploy it. Or we can see the Wildfly deployment also. So we can just download the Wildfly server, and we will just see like how we can deploy it. So this is all about your cockpit. So let's go to the task list. So here you will see the task list is basically you have different things in the task list. So I would say, like, from the task list you can either, so the first use case of task list, like, either you have to just I mean complete the task, complete the human task, right? So if you have the human tasks which are available, you have to just come and you have to just, if it is assigned to you or if it is assigned to some of the groups which is part of, I mean you are the part of that group, then you can easily claim it. Once you will claim it, you have to just complete it from here. So whenever you will complete it, earlier it was six, right? Earlier it was six open task was available. So once you refresh it, the as you have completed one task, so that's why it is coming as five now, right? So that is the beauty, I would say, the like how you will go and see and review the human task or user task available in the task list. And you have the start process also. So if you want to just start any of the processes which we have deployed, suppose you want to start the invoice receipt, I mean you have to just go back, and if you want to just start the voting eligibility process, just click and you have to just provide any business key and you have to just start it. So the process has been started. So you can go and check, like this is my review invoice. It not review invoice, voting eligibility process. Earlier it was zero, now it has started. Now it is waiting for enter basic details, right? So here, if you refresh it, you will find one of the tasks which is enter basic details, right? So here, this is the voting eligibility form. You have to just claim it. Again, you have to pass the variables, complete it, then the process will move further if the eligibility is true or not, right? So this is the basically task list. So from the task list, you can create a task. Either you can create a task or you can start the process. Okay, now we have a admin. So if you click on the admin, so admin is your like managing the things, like how you will manage your users, your groups. I mean, how to create a new user, how to create a new groups, how to assign users to a particular group. And there are multiple things like inside the admin you can do. So if you want to create a new user, you have to just give the user ID. So let's suppose I'm giving the user ID as Gaurav, and password is also I'm giving Gaurav. You have to repeat the password. The first name is Gaurav, the last name is Misra. Let's create. Now let me give the email ID. Okay, now password has matched. Now once I click here, so created a new user Gaurav. So let me just log out from here. If I go to here, I have to just demo, click on demo, click on logout, right? Now we don't like we cannot log in to any of the application, either task list or cockpit. Now what I will do, I will just log in with my credential. So my credential was Gaurav. Password is this. Once I will click here, now it has logged in with the Gaurav that mine credentials, right? Now I can see cockpit. So there are 8 running process instances. Now let's go to the admin again. So now here you can see list of the users. So demo was already available. I have created my username. Then we have my profile options. Here you can see like which account you have associated with. Okay, you can change the password from here. The groups. So I don't have any groups. Tenants. So these are all the groups. So this is the Camunda admin, which is coming by default. You can edit also, right? And you can have a tenant. So we will talk about the tenants in detail in our coming videos. So these are the authorization, right? So this is very useful, like what are all the permission if you want to give to the particular user or any groups. So if I want to create a new authorization, if I want
You
to
have a
allow,
batch, you
deny
have a
or
decision
something, let's
definition, deployments. Like, I mean, who can deploy,
so
do the deployment? Who can see your groups? I mean, who can see your historic process instances? Who can see the process instances?
who can add a user, delete the users, and what are all the things like we can do from the authorization. So that, I mean, we can see in the separate video like how we can just add the users and how we'll just delete the users, how we can give the access of like particular user to the deployment, how we can I mean give the particular permission to any of the user, and we will just, I mean, do the things here in the authorization tab, right? Here in the system, you can see the general settings. So these are all the process engine, which is default running. We have a telemetry settings, so diagnostic, and you can see the execution metrics. Here you can easily see like what are all the, there are how many flow nodes, how many executed decision elements, 12 process instances, 12 decision instances, two, there are two task users, right? So these are actually the system label, I mean say metadata you can just see here. Apart from that, uh, so the database part like S2DB we can see in the next video, because this video is going to be very long. So that's why we were just, I would say I will create a separate video on the database part, like how we can see the S2DB for Camunda BPM Run. I hope like you have some understanding on cockpit task list and admin part. So I will be creating a separate video on the Camunda database, the S2DB. So I would say keep watching and keep learning. And who are coming for the first time, just like the video and subscribe it so that you can have I mean, the latest notification whenever I will be creating the video, right? Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching.